So this is my bridge. It's pretty cool. I decided to load it up with water in a bucket, so I used this measuring device which had 2 and 1 litre increments. This here was my redundancy in case I lost count. It's a load cell thing. It went up to 45 kilos, I think. So I measured the span. It was 610, which you're about to see, but it's quite blurry in the camera. When I start loading it up, I realize that it's going to take forever if I chose to do it with the filling it 2 litres at a time. So I decided to use lead shot bags, and they were 12.5 kilos each. So I put 2 of them in, and then I took them out and replaced it with water with the same amount of weight. I worked out the weight by on the load cell that I was using. The problem I was encountering was the bucket was actually touching the ground, which wasn't too good. So I elevated the bridge and kept on loading the what's it called? The wheelie bin. So I put my 2 kilogram increments in, and I got to a point where I was like, hang on, I can try something else. So I went up the shed and made something, and here's what I made. So I had to put in some safety before I wanted to use this, so I made my supports a bit better, put a mattress underneath, and yeah, I did not expect this to actually work, but it did. So I had to call my mates and show everyone. It's not every day you get to sit on a bridge that you made yourself. I was pretty excited at this point. But the problem was that this made was, where do I go next? So I kind of scratched my head and thought about things. So I went up the back and grabbed a few kegs that we had laying around. These are empty kegs. They weigh about 15 kilos. One of them's a bit more because there's a bit of water in it. So I put 3 on, then I added another 3, which was 98 kilos. So after we put all the kegs on, it was 98 kilos. They were quite hard to put on, but made it work. Then after the kegs were on, because I had to test it to yield, of course, I grabbed 2 5-kilogram weights, which weren't exactly 5 kilos, and then I grabbed a steel ball, which was 7 kilos, and the shop bag that I had earlier. So after I put the 2 5 kilos on, I replaced them with the steel ball, and then continued that with the shop bag. But as you're about to see, it is about to fail. That weight there is just a little bit too much. Yeah, so as you're about to see in a sec, it broke just above the support. I don't think it's related to the support, but earlier on when I felt the strings, at the section where it broke, the strings weren't as taut as the rest, which was making the members act strangely around that point, which is why it broke. It might have also been because the glue didn't adhere as well around that spot. But yeah, I'm very happy with the 128 kilos and a 610 millimeter span. Way more than I was expecting. I was expecting 50 kilos, and no one else thought I'd even get close to that. So I'm quite happy.